I don't want to provide details, but the presentation titled, Can Humanity Survive Socialized Birth? What I just want to do first is to emphasize that I'll introduce reasons for pessimism and reasons for optimism. The reasons for pessimism are obvious, easy to summarize. The first one is just to recall that until certain phase in our history, to give birth to the baby and to the placenta, women were supposed to release a hormonal cocktail, a mixture of hormones, a flow of hormones, which is considered now a cocktail of hormones of love. We shall not give details now. It was like that. Today, suddenly, in the age of cheap pharmacology, pharmacological assistance, like drip of synthetic oxytocin, in the age of safe, easy technique of cesarean section, we can observe, it's just an observation, it's not an opinion, at a global level, that today, most women give birth to babies and placenta without releasing a cocktail of hormones of love. Hormones of love have been made redundant, as a general rule, in a period surrounding birth. That obvious reasons for pessimism. I want to say more. Another reason for pessimism is to recall that until recently, women were giving birth in a bacteriologically familiar environment. Women were giving birth in the place where they are living, among a great diversity of familiar microorganisms. It was like that. And we know that among humans, the maternal antibodies called IgG are easily transferred through the placenta to the baby. So until recently, we can say that as soon as a human baby, especially human, it's different from other mammals, we could say that until recently, as soon as a human baby was born, its body, the body of the baby, was colonized by a great diversity of familiar and therefore friendly microbes. And the role of these microorganisms was to start educating the immune system. The education of the immune system is almost the same as organizing health, is something like it. Today, it's the opposite. Everybody knows that, as a general rule, women don't give birth among a great diversity of familiar microbes. You cannot replace the microbe you have at home. There is two kinds of birth at home and birth elsewhere. So the immune system of human beings today is not organized in the same way than in the past. Theoretically, we have to raise questions about the prevalence of dysregulation of the immune system, which means pathological condition in general. So, reason for questions, reasons for pessimism. I'll give a third reason for pessimism. Everybody heard about the laws of natural selection, as old as life. But suddenly, recently, one effect of reproductive medicine, and particularly obstetrics, has been to neutralize the laws of natural selection. We don't need long development just to say that the number of babies a woman can have does not depend on how she will give birth. we can say that women who cannot give birth by themselves today, in general, have the same number of babies than those who give birth very easily. Neutralization, an aspect of the neutralization of the laws of natural selection. Reasons for pessimism when we consider the future of our species. In spite of all these reasons for pessimism, we must introduce at least one reason for optimism. That it's not completely utopian today that we can rediscover after thousands of years of socialized birth. It's not utopian that we can rediscover the basic need of a laboring woman and modify the way we understand birth physiology. But there are for that two conditions. The first one is to study birth physiology a new way by taking as a point of departure a new question. Until now, the question is why human births are difficult. The question we need is why occasionally some women can give birth easily and quickly. First condition. Second condition, that we accept to learn from emerging and fast developing scientific disciplines, particularly neurophysiology. We must realize that the birth process is one of the human physiological process, which is in general inhibited, obscured by the activity of the new brain, the neocortex, the logical brain, the brain thanks to which you can invent Zoom and things like that. This new brain can inhibit some physiological functions. And starting from that, we understand the solution that nature found to make human birth possible and even potentially easy. The neocortex, the logical brain, the brain, the thinking brain, must stop working. That's a way to rediscover the basic need of laboring women after thousands of years of socialization of the infant. To explain, to understand that the point is not to help, to guide, to support, to accompany the birth process, is to protect it. Again, stimulation of the neocortex so that the laboring woman can go to another planet. It's not utopian to rediscover the basic need of laboring woman. This is one reason of optimism, in addition to other reasons for pessimism. So I don't want to provide answers to all these questions. I just want to analyze the current situation.